Marcel, hi. So
Hey.
good to see you. Go ahead and sit down.
Good to see you too.
Man, how have you been the last couple weeks? Any new exciting updates on the soccer?
I've been pretty well, and soccer's been going really well, actually. It's been so nice outside that we've gotten to play, like, multiple games a week, and so that's pretty nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so great to hear.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, so I know a couple sessions ago we started talking about your termination and just kind of wrapping things up. So I just kind of wanted to know your overall thoughts on how this program has gone for you and how you think I did and how you think, your goals went. So do you have any opening thoughts or anything on that?
I think overall it went pretty well, and I can't complain because I think I've made a lot of progress, and I'm not the same person that I walked in here as.
Mm-hmm.
So
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
So if you could rate, the attainment of your goals on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest and you attained every single goal and you got, that absolute lifestyle that you wanted, where would you rate yourself on that scale with your goals?
I guess probably like a 6, 5, 6. Just because, I attained some of my goals, but I didn't necessarily attain all of them. So, yeah, it's like improvement, but it's not perfect. But, yeah, nothing really will ever be perfect, so.
So what goals do you think went well, and why do you think they went well, and maybe what are some goals that didn't go well, and why do you think they didn't go well?
I think that the whole goal of, like, cutting down or controlling my substance and alcohol usage really went well, and I feel like that's due to a lot of factors. One being the concept of, like, AA. I think that really helped me, and having someone else to go to talk to, like, help keep me accountable. And with that, like, also I think, like, coming here, talking to you, having some, like, smaller goals is really helpful. And like we talked about at the very beginning, like, I've tried cold turkey and that didn't work. And so making goals that were more attainable and realistic, like just less instead of none, I think really helped because I didn't feel discouraged right away, like complete failure, like I have with cold turkey. So I think there's a lot of those issues. And I think also even just, like, playing soccer more with my friends. Like, I have the whole group of friends, and we used to, like, I would just, like, spend time listening to music, getting high. But, like, now I'm outside playing, and so it's just, like, less time doing those things, if that makes sense. So I feel like all of that kind of played a part.
So what are some specific behaviors you think that really helped you attain this goal?
I guess just, like, having a different group of people, like, and being busy with something else. And then just, like I said, like, making smaller goals and rewarding myself. But
yeah, I think that's so awesome that you've seen this huge change in this area, because I know that I've been able to see it. And I think it was great for you. I've seen your commitment and your passion for this goal since day one when we talked about you going and finding that AA meeting and you taking that next step and going and, just continuously going through from then on. I've been able to see your commitment to doing that, and you've made some great progress and, adding in soccer and adding in this new circle of friends that you've been able to create this separate, community and lifestyle with that's not incorporated with using. And so I think that that's really been great for you and been able to see that change. And I'm glad that you can see that change too. So what do you think didn't go well then, and why do you think it didn't go well?
I think, like, the whole job search, because, well, I'm still unemployed. So didn't completely meet that one. But I think that there's, like, probably a variety of reasons. But one, I just think that, like, it's, like, a weird time to be hiring, and, like, I might also be, like, limiting my search to, like, specific things, like, too narrow of jobs. Maybe I should just try getting a job and then trying to get the one I want. But I don't know. And maybe I'm just also, like, sabotaging myself. There we go. Because I think I get, like, nervous and afraid about, like, getting a job, because that means I'll have more money, and that means I'll have to like make more of a choice not to use, because right now I just don't really have the money to do it. And like the last time that I had, like every time I get my life together and like whatever, something happens and it falls apart, or like I get it so close and then I just screw it up, and like I guess I'm just afraid to have that happen. So I think I like ruin my chances of a job without even really meaning to.
Mm-hmm. So you think that that's kind of a stressful thing for you to, get that job because you think you're going to do that?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah. So what plans do you think we can make for that stressful situation? So because I know that that's a goal that you want to attain, and I think it's very reasonable to attain, and I think it's a very good self-reflection that you've seen that you're probably self-sabotaging yourself a little bit, with trying to figure out how to go about that without, kind of diminishing the progress that you've made in your alcohol and drug use. So what do you think is a good preventative step that we can make for you for the stressor?
I guess like maybe when like reminding myself that I just because I have the money doesn't mean that I have to use it on those type of things. Like another one of my goals is to get a place to live, like permanent, and like I'm gonna need that money for rent, or like I have other things to do with my time and money. So just like reminding myself that just because I have that doesn't mean I have to use it like that way, or like revert back to my old ways kind of thing.
Yeah. I also think it might be beneficial for you to maybe talk with your sponsor a little bit more through AA. And as we kind of terminate what you're doing here, maybe, meeting with them once or twice more a week as you're getting that job, and, making sure that they're holding you accountable to making those steps because they have gone through a similar process with, probably failing in one area, or just, not being able to make that progress that they would like to see in one area. So maybe meeting with them a couple more times and, really just being able to talk through that and process through what you're going through as you get that job would be a really good benefiting factor for you, and really helping you keep that community and making sure that you're making those steps that you want to continue making.
Yeah. I've never thought about that before, but I feel like that would make sense. Probably a good idea.
So now that we've kind of talked about your goals a little bit, how overall do you think, this process has gone for you? You've maybe attained some goals, maybe you didn't reach them quite where you wanted to, so how do you think this process overall has gone?
Overall, I feel like this process is like 7, 8. Just because, like I mentioned briefly, like it's not a 10, nothing is really perfect. I feel like you always get better. So, I mean, I clearly have seen progress in myself, and like I said, I think that you've been a big contributing factor to that, so I think it definitely helped, but I think that of course I could do better, and like it could do better. So
So if you could rate maybe my skills as a social worker as well, really just helping you make those goals and helping you overall through this process, how do you think? Could you give me some feedback and maybe, rate me on that same scale for that?
I feel like this is awkward, but I feel like, I don't know, I'd probably say like an 8. Again, like I said, like everyone I think has room for improvement, but I've liked the work that we've done together, and I've liked your suggestions have been helpful, and even just you like kind of like reminding me or helping me realize that like I do have it within me, So
yeah, because I think at the end of the day you have to realize that maybe I've provided you with some of these services and resources, but Marcel, overall you've been the one doing the change. You've made those life choices. You're the one who is getting involved in the AA, and you're the one getting involved in that soccer, and just making those steps to have the lifestyle change, because mine's not the one that's changing, it's yours. So I think you need to give yourself a little more credit, and I really didn't do a lot of this work. I helped you along and I wanted to be here to support you, but really you've been the one making the changes and really making those decisions to attain those goals, and that's awesome because that's all on you. I can't take any of that from you, so that's really all on you. So I think that that's really great, and that you should really give yourself some more credit for that.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. So overall, do you have any, suggestions or anything else for this program or anything like that overall that this process maybe has given you or anything?
I don't really know. I feel like I said, it's been pretty good overall. And I guess the only thing I'd really say is just like I wish there was more sessions because I think that there are some more issues I would have liked to talk to or you about or like done more with, and I know that I can do them by myself, but it's nicer with someone. So I wish it would have been longer, but I understand that that's not necessarily how that works. But overall, I think like the whole entire process was pretty nice.
Good. Well, Marcel, I think I've seen an enormous amount of change in you, and I really do feel comfortable kind of terminating where we're at because you're making such great strides to, better certain areas, and you're even today you've done such a great job with, the self-reflection and doing that and kind of seeing maybe where you have a little bit of a weakness and you are identifying that and you've been able to grow from it every single time, and just your passion and your commitment to these goals that we've made is something that I don't see all the time. And even you're just being realistic now. You've been realistic throughout this whole entire process, knowing that where your limits are and where your goals should be so you can attain those things. But even today you're talking about how nothing's ever going to be perfect and life's just not going to be perfect. And we've made some great goals and strategies on how to maybe handle life as it's coming at you now. So you've really done a lot of this work and you've made great progress, and I've seen an enormous amount of change in you, and I think you can see that in your own self and see that lifestyle change that you've made, and that we talked about a couple sessions ago with where you wanted your life to end up being, and I think that you're making strides to get there. So I think you've done a great job this whole entire time.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. So do you have any overall suggestions, anything else before we're done?
I mean, it's going to be weird not seeing you every week. It's been fun.
Yeah. Well, it's been a pleasure working with you, and I honestly wish you the best because you've been a great client.
Well, thank you.
I'll walk you out.